Okay, so on this episode of The Glamorous Homestead, we have the installation of Yelpan Holly and me trying my best to construct my very first Hugel mound. I have done kind of a woody bed in my raised vegetable bed, the now defunct raised vegetable bed. And now I'm going to be doing it with blueberries. We will see how this works. Come along as we get moving on our landscaping and turn this place into paradise. All right. It looks like, because that's all it was on the plan, I believe. 3 dwarf Yelpan holly. And since this is in, I will do a quick write up and we'll see what this stuff is supposed to be good for. So the dwarf Yelpan holly is also called Ilex or Ilex vomitoria. And when I saw that, I thought to myself, why in the world would the landscaper put basically vomit plant in my landscape? So I did a little research on it because I was confused. That just sounds disgusting. So apparently the leaves were used by Native Americans to brew a tea for purification and unity rituals for men. So during the ceremony, they would vomit. And Europeans who named the plant, gave it the Latin name Ilex vomitoria, thought that this variety of holly, the tea, is what was causing the vomiting, which, as it happens, turns out to be wrong. The plant itself has caffeine and theobromine, the same active ingredients in yerba mate and guayusa. And, it's evergreen. It's going to stay green all year round. So it'll add some year-round interest to the landscape. And it also has fruits. The fruits are entirely venomous, poisonous to humans, but a lot of birds can eat them. So mourning doves, eastern bluebirds, American robins, 5 or 6 other varieties I found out in my research can eat the berries from this. So it'll attract some birds, maybe they'll sing more songs in the wintertime for me, make this place even more pleasant. Gray foxes and black bears like them too. We have red foxes around here. I don't think I've seen any gray foxes. I'm not too pleased about it attracting black bears because black bears have been known to come through this area. My kids actually saw one on the property a few years ago. They're like, Mommy, we saw a bear. And I was like, you did not see a bear. Just stop. You didn't see a bear. Of course, 2 days later, I get online and see in the local network, bear sighted in the neighborhood. So I felt bad. I did apologize to the children. Anyway, deer like them too. Not happy about that at all. But I'm hoping some other measures I'm taking will keep the deer out and away. So that is why I have something called a vomit plant on the plan, and we're going to go ahead and install it in the landscape. And I just had my car cleaned 2 days ago, and naturally that means I've got to get composted cow manure. Yeah. Oh well. And some garden soil. So I'll pick these up and I will see you back in the house. Okay, let's pause a minute and just give the proper amount of respect to the nursery. I think this was Nature's Hill. If that's wrong, I will correct it in the comments below. Respect the way this was packaged. So we've got 3 plants, as you see, in this nice long box. It had the arrow saying which way was up. Each of these is in a pot, and the pot is bagged, and it's tied around to keep the soil in. Then you've got this bit of twine that comes from this hole here that runs across to the outside where it's taped to keep this from shifting around even a little bit in the box. And we've got these stakes, which are, I guess, helping to support the root system. Anyway, so this was well boxed. I ordered it last week, just a few days ago, and it came pretty quickly. And they look pretty healthy. So far, I'm going to give Nature's Hill an A. I've never ordered from them before, so we will see how these plants do. But so far, I'm really happy. And it's good because I realized after I got all excited and ordered these plants in a hurry that I hadn't taken the time to do any reviews first. So far, really pleased. Okay, we're playing some teamwork here. My husband is so kindly digging me holes with his superior upper body strength, and I am planting. Right now, I've got about this much of the composted cow manure. I've got this old container of kids' crafts I'm using. About this much in the hole for the dwarf Yelpan holly. And that squeaky voice you hear is my daughter. She's out weeding and helping us, so it's a fun day. Digging holes in this clay is really, really difficult. What I've decided to do with my blueberries, there's a blueberry there, is put them in a raised Hugel mound. One thing we've got plenty of around here is fallen wood. So as you can see, I've got my cardboard on the ground to block out the weeds. I started laying my sticks, and blueberries have shallow roots, so I don't need this Hugel mound to be super high. This whole kind of dried out area here is going to be a blueberry patch. I'm going to get the blueberries that are currently cluttering up my patio off my patio. If you want to take a walk around with me here, I will show you. My lavender stripped a bit. Don't know what that is. I'm going to have to check on that, but check this out. Oregano and asparagus spears. So got jostaberries and blueberries just kind of cluttering up my patio area here. I want to be able to use that, so all the stuff's got to go in the ground or in a mound somewhere. And for the next step, I have gathered some fallen leaves and kind of pressed them down in between the branches. So after this, I put the plant on top and build up as much soil as I can around it. As you can see, I've got organic garden soil and some peat moss for my raised blueberry Hugel. I don't think I've got enough soil to finish it today, but I'm going to get started. And after this, man, I'll give myself a pedicure and a manicure. Alright, so you can see it sitting on top of the cardboard, then sticks, then leaves, then dirt. So now I need to build it up. The first thing I'm going to do is actually pull out all the other pots and lay out where I want everything to go, because I need to mound up here the dirt. So we'll see how it goes. Never done this before. Let's dump the present to learn something new, right? Little Miss is just finishing off with this last dwarf Japan holly. Just filling in the last little bits. You like gardening, Miss? Mm-hmm. You having fun today? Mm-hmm. What's the best part about gardening? Planting. Yep, she actually volunteered to come outside with us, so thank you very much, Miss. Alright, a few hours later, and that is a dwarf Japan holly in the ground. And there are two more, so something else we can check on. Massive landscaping job. I've decided to kind of use this fallen wood and these twigs to kind of make a little basket, a kind of little raised bed basket pot to hold the dirt. So let's see how this goes. Alrighty, so after, I'm not sure how many hours I've been out here, but this is my Hugel mound. See my little blueberry on the top here. Don't remember what variety this is, but as you can see, starting to leaf out. I've got 2 bags of organic gardening soil into this, all the sticks and cardboard for free. I've also got some peat moss that I've sprinkled like 2 layers of peat moss. I am not going to use any more organic garden soil. I have 1 more bag, but I'm not going to use it because it's kind of expensive, and I think I've got the soil close enough. The important soil is the soil that's close to it rather. So we had everything that was in the pot already, all organic potting soil. And now I've got organic garden soil and peat moss. So I think what I'm going to do is head on over to the box home improvement store, Lowe's or Home Depot, wherever, depends where my errands take me tomorrow. Get some topsoil, which is much cheaper, and finish this out because I don't want to be able to see the sticks. So I started pulling out these blueberries to place them, they're really heavy, but how much topsoil and everything I use is, and finishing this out, the sticky part here, is going to happen when this is finished, because these beds are going to be connected. I'm not going to build everything up parallel. I'm going to have it be a mound rather than a full bed, so it's going to slope down and then be flat and slope back up. But yeah, I am tired. I'm going to go deep condition my hair and redo my manicure and have some green tea and some salad and chill. Bye.